Hello everybody, welcome back to the tutorial series on Train Simulator for making your own scenario. So this is part 2. If you haven't already, go and watch part 1 where we created the scenario. And we changed many things. So we changed its description, the briefing, the difficulty rating, the start time, and that kind of stuff. So that's it, and we saved it. So it's there on our computers now for us to work on whenever we want. So for this bit, we're going to be placing down our player train. So first of all, open up your train simulator in however you open your train simulator, of course, and then click build, as we did last time. And this time, because I've stayed in the game, because I literally only just recorded the last bit, it's opened me up straight to the scenario tab. Now, that will not be the case for you. Probably you'll likely be opened on the route tab, and you'll have to click on the scenario tab, but that's okay. So then you find the route that your thing was on. Again, for me, because I just had it open, it's like that. For most people, it'll come on Academy. Then you scroll down to find the route. In this case, it's Chatham Main Line, and then find the scenario, which I call tutorial scenario, smiley face, and then press edit, and that's going to start loading you into the scenario editor, ready to start editing your scenario. Right, so we're in the scenario, and we are going to place our player train down. So, as I said, have your game plan in mind, and remember, where is it going? Where is the train going? So in this case, it's at Swanley, and but also and we're going to Rochester. But in many cases, you want to have a background. And when I say background, what I mean is, where is the train going to start? And you could just put it there because you want to, or is there a reason you put it there? Like, I'm gonna be putting the train along this platform, and I'm actually, wait, can I do that? Can I? So I'm going to be, is there a crossover here? It's a crossover that way. Okay, no. So you can check the tracks because you want your background to be realistic. It's not going to have anything to do with how the scenario runs. It's just a nice thing I like to have. So, I'm going to spawn this on platform 3. Is it platform 3? Is it? Sorry to anyone who lives in Swanley. It's platform. What platform is it? I just got into the map, by the way, by pressing, it's platform 2. I got into the map by pressing F9. Alternatively, you can click the little map icon up here, underneath the compass. So, that is that. So that's what that is. And then you press not F9, just 9, the 9 key. Or, you right click to get out of the map, or alternatively you can also press the map thing. Anyway, so here we are. We're going to put the train on platform 2 because we're going to pretend that the train has come not in service from Victoria. No, it's come in service from Victoria, and then we're taking over. So from the other driver. So I'm going to teach you how to put down the trains. So first things first, if you want a train that doesn't come with the route, which I do, because in this case in this case, I do want a train that doesn't come with the route, because I want to use the Armstrong Powerhouse Class 465 from their enhancement pack. So I'm going to use that. So if your train comes with the route, then all you do is press this third button in here. Oh yeah, I just forgot to mention it, but make sure you have so I'll just unpin these. So just make sure you have these pinned, sorry, because if you don't, then you get them in and then they're flapping about all over the place. They're called flappables, I think, for a reason, or flappies, or I can't remember exactly what they're called, but they're flappy, and they flap in and out if you haven't pinned them. So bring them up, pin them by pressing the pin button. I just sounded like I was auto-tuned. Pin them by pressing the pin button so that the pin's grey. If the pin's white, it's not pinned. If it's grey, it is pinned. So do that with all three. This is the most important. Well, this is where you get all your assets. Any models. So you get all your assets from this list. This list is where you choose the different modes. These three modes here are route editing. This is scenario editing. These are all for route editing. You won't need, you'll only need about less than half of these. Two most important: undo, redo, obviously. Anyway, so we're going to press this little blue box. So if you want a train that doesn't come with the route, then you press the little blue box that has a kind of a play button. And then you press that. That's pinned for me, but still, if these the pins that come up, the stuff that comes up over here, even if it's pinned, when you click off it, it goes away, because it's a temporary one that's coming up for that purpose you need. So if you click on this drop down, then you find the list of all the creators of your assets. So you could have thousands of these. You could just have one or two. If you're using a train you should know where the asset you want to use is. If you don't, then it should be pretty easy to work out. Just go through and work through them all. Now, here is a common mistake which you do not need to do, and that is selecting every single thing. You only need to select the things that you need, because all of these, if you were to go and enable all of these, they would become DLC requirements if you put the scenario on workshop. So just enable the ones you need. So in this case, I'm going to enable the Class 465 Enhancement Pack from Armstrong Powerhouse. You tick the middle box, but then it also automatically ticks this box. This box is for something else. I think for route stuff. But yes, so tick the middle box and it should come. Now, for this pack that I'm using, obviously because it's an Armstrong Powerhouse Enhancement Pack, it's got to come from, it's using stuff from somewhere else. So I need to also load that in. So I know it's in RSC, and I know it is the class, I know it is the class 465 Pack 01, and the East Coast Main Line South are the two I need for this pack. Then I click off, and then it's there, and then you can see all this stuff. Now these are what are these? This is just like a quick list kind of thing. So basically, it's just the first list that happens. So there are three you'll be using in terms of spawning, placing trains. So you've got engines and tenders. So they're just pretty simple engines. As you can see, sorry, I'm used to ONC's way of moving. Yes. So then, and then you've also got rolling stock. So any coaches and carriages. That's what that is. And then you've got consists. So I don't know like the consist formations. So I just like to click on the consists tab, and then I get all the consists available. So that have been made. If you want to make your own consist, there are two ways of doing that. You can either do it in the game by just I know it's unrealistic, but what I'm going to do is, if I wanted a 5-car class 465, I know that's unrealistic. But if I wanted a 5-car 465, what I can do is either create the consist in the consist editor, which I'll show you how to use another time. But I could spawn in, what's this, an 8-car, and that's a 10-car, okay. Let's spawn in an 8-car. So I can spawn in an 8-car train. Of course this is unrealistic, but then if I 1, 2, 3, so obviously delete these ends in the middle, and then delete, so that's 1, 2, 3, go and delete one of these, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're not going to do that, because we're just going to use one of the consists that are already there, because they're the real consists that you would find anyway. So we'll put in the 4-car train on platform 3. Just check which direction it's in again. So we're going to put a 4-car train in on platform 3. Just put it in. Now, if you want to be really precise, you can put it in at the 4-car stop. And that's what I'm going to do. So the way I do this is I align myself with the stop. I then look at it in relation to the rest of the platform and think, is there a landmark I can use to refer to where it is? And then I go above, I can see it there, and I just drag I can just drag the train along, and I'll actually just put it so it's at the screens. So the train is now placed by quite simply it being used. So you clicking on the train, it follows your mouse, it snaps to track, and then if you left click, it places it there, and only if it's snapped to the track. If you were to left click there, it would just go away. But then if you right click when it's on the, if you right click anywhere, it clicks off it and it goes. So we now have our train. We now have our train laid down. Next job is to for this train to actually move, it needs to have a driver. Like, I mean, in real life, trains need drivers to move. We have not got that automated technology widespread yet. Anyway, so that's what the trains need in this game. So, what is and where is the driver? So you've got your train, nice train, and you need to put the driver in. So it's up in this top flapple panel thingamajig here, and it's is literally a person dressed as a driver. It's on the second row, second one along if you're going left to right, and it's a person's head with a railway hat, and then you click on it, and then you click, so you find the train, the carriage you want it to be on, and then you click, and when it goes yellow, you click it, and the driver is there. I'm just thinking, do we have time to very quickly? So that's okay. So that's everything for today. So tomorrow, not tomorrow, in the next tutorial episode, we're going to be giving this train, a some people call it programming, some people call it timetabling. We're going to call it timetabling. So in the next episode, we shall be giving this train a timetable and making it a player train so that it's the train that the player drives. And then they have to follow the timetable that we set. So I'll see you then. But for now, make sure you save it. Remember by pressing F2. Also remember to keep your game plan. If you don't want to have to keep referring to the that flapple panel we had at the very beginning, you don't need to. If you know your game plan, that's well done. But if you don't, you can always write it down somewhere. Just find a spare bit of paper by your computer and just write down your game plan. And then you have that. Then you can see it every time. And it's like, I want a 465 to go from to go from Swanley to Rochester, calling it all stops, and I want there to be a trackside repair at Longfield. So, you know, you can have that. I want the driver to be the player train to have to wait for a train coming from Strood. So, you know, so you have your game plan, and so it's very important. But yes, so now it's time to save your scenario by pressing F2. Press save changes, yes. Now, you know, I always like to just check that I've saved it by pressing F2 a few more times, and if it says warning there are no changes to save, just dismiss it. It's okay. It's not really a warning, it's just a hint. But yeah, so that's that, and we then are going to exit. We're going to press drive. And then we're going to press escape and quit. So in the next video, as I said, we will be giving our train a timetable and making it a player train. So that the scenario, there is a train that you can then go in and drive the scenario.